Hello everyone, Sheila back again. Welcome to my channel. I am busy knitting the 24-inch rosebud one, and I've only made one mistake up to now. I had started the rib on this yesterday and left it. I have 12 rows to do for the rib, which you can see from there to there, 12 rows. And I think I left it on the 9th row, only when I came to knit it today, looking at it, that doesn't look right. It took me quite a while because I couldn't see. It was very muggy in that. It was this morning, I did go out shopping this morning. Well, I've been out twice this morning actually. Didn't start knitting this until about 2 o'clock. And then I had to put it down for something else, and anyway it was foggy. It was like a pea soup fog this morning, but it did clear up this afternoon, and I've been sitting knitting. I didn't start knitting at 2 o'clock because I had that many things to do, like shopping and that, but I could just see there was something just not right about the rib, and it took me. I have a little one of these little torch things here. When you put it on, it's very bright, and I had to use that to shine it. You can see when I shine it on the knitting how it shows the stitches up a lot better, but I have to hold it to show it, and I could see what I had done. I must have been halfway across one row and had knitted 2 stitches instead of, it's knit 1, purl 1. I must have knit 2 stitches, and it knocked the rib out. But it was so hard to tell because of the colour, and I had knitted across that row, and I was knitting across the other row, the 9th row, and that was when I noticed it just wasn't lining up properly. So I had to pull a couple of rows out and get started again. And then I got started on the pattern. I think I made some other mistake in the rosebud. I was looking at the wrong size on the pattern. It was my own fault. I was looking at the wrong size because this pattern goes from 22 to 28. And I'd already done the 3rd size, which is a 26. But I got mixed up with the size. I started looking at the 3rd one. And I should have knit 3 before I did the rosebud. I should have knit 3 stitches, but I knit 5 stitches, and it didn't work out at the other end. So I had to pull that out, and I was really cursing and swearing when doing this. But then it became suddenly very sunny, all that fog and that. It was like a pea soup because good job I knew where I was going and knew the area that I lived in, because you could only see a few feet in front of me when I was driving up to I had to do some food shopping, and then I had to go back up to Home Bargains because I needed sweets for the kids tomorrow, and I wasn't paying the prices for what I normally get for them every week. So I went up to Home Bargains because I get them a lot cheaper up there. And I also wanted some buttons. I needed some black buttons. That was something I did that after I came back, after I had my lunch and that. I sewed the buttons on the black cardigan. This one. But I'm not going to unfold it because I'll just show you. I've got a little video I've made to show you what it looks like. So that was some of the time it took me to sew it was even hard sewing the buttons on. That cardigan took me nearly all day yesterday to sew up, all morning and afternoon, because of the colour. And it was very hard. It was harder to sew that colour than it was to knit it. And I was just glad when I got it finished. And then I found I had no buttons for it, didn't I? Because black's not a colour I've actually never knitted black before. One colour I did for someone, but it was a charcoal colour, which was slightly easier to knit because it wasn't pure black. So I had no black buttons. I did have some, but they were very big ones that I got in a pack that I bought one time with a lot of different buttons in, and there were some very big ones and were far too big for the cardigan. In fact, they're a bit big for an adult one as well. So that was one of the reasons I wanted to go up to Home Bargains as well. And then I have two, after I finish this black one, I have two small cardigans to do for Carol and Denise. It's an 18-inch one for Carol and the 24-inch one I think is for Denise. But the 24-inch one, she wanted pale pink. You know, baby pink. And you know, I've been talking and I'm supposed to be doing, no I'm not, it's a knit row, I'm okay. I thought I was onto the pattern row, but it's not. I'm still doing the knitting. I'm going to put this down in a minute because I cannot knit this black while I'm talking. But she wanted a bit of pink. And I didn't have any. I have a mountain of wool that everybody's been sending to me. I have odd single balls of pink, but the 24-inch takes 2 balls. Sometimes it has taken 3. It depends whether sometimes you get somewhere they don't have as many meters in the length. Those ones, sometimes I have to break into the 3rd ball. So I thought the only place I am not paying the prices in Hobbycraft, and there's nowhere else that you can buy wool around here except like in the supermarket, like B&M, they have wool, but I won't buy their wool either because they charge double. I think their balls are £2.50. You can get them for £1.29, the same sort of stuff in Home Bargains. So I won't pay that price either in B&M. And Aldi's, while it's good wool, their job lots, you only see them now and again. And they didn't have any when I was in today anyway, but I went to Home Bargains first. And I found the pink, a nice pink up there, which I'll get and show you what I've got. That's what I've got. It's a pale. It actually looks a lot paler on here. It is a very pale pink. It's what you call a really baby pink. It looks a lot paler on the screen, but I bought 3 balls of that. I know that by the amount it says in here. Don't know, it tells you somewhere how many meters. Oh, they're 300 meters. I know 2 balls will probably do it no trouble at all, but I thought, oh, I'll get 3 just in case to be sure. But you know what really annoyed me, having to go out and buy that when I think of all that wool I have upstairs. I have deeper shades of pink, you know, very, very deep pink, like dusky pink and very bright pink, but they are not the colour pinks I wanted. I wanted a pale pink, so I had to go up to Home Bargains for that as well. So something's just come on my screen and blocked my face out. Take it out. Switch it off. Okay. Oh, yeah, okay. That's it. There's a lot of things just popped up on my screen as I couldn't see what I was. Well, I know what I'm saying, but I can't see my own face. So anyway, that's what I did. I went up to Home Bargains and I bought 3 balls of that pink, ready to do those ones when I finished the black one. But I made a little video to show you the black one a little bit better and explain 1 or 2 things on it as well. This is for anyone who might have the pattern that I used for that one. It's a 22 to 28 rosebud lace pattern. So I'm going to stop this video and I'll show the little bit I've done and I'll come back again. Well, this is the 26-inch finished, and I can't say I'm not sorry to see the end of that one, but I have another 24-inch to do now. And for anyone who might be knitting this pattern, who has my pattern, a little bit of advice for anyone. If you can see, I'll unfold the things. How you can see how even the rosebuds are up here, all in the same place, in line with each other here. Because I knit in the pattern I have between each rosebud, I have to knit 4 rows of stocking stitch. But I changed this one because of the black. I wanted more rows, so I wasn't doing the lacy little pattern all the time, because it's very difficult for me to see the stitches, so I did 6 rows instead. And doing those 6 rows brought those in line with each other. Where you do 4 rows, you have one here and then one comes further in like that and then further in. But if you do 6 rows, they come out much more even, which I am going to change the pattern. But for anyone who has the pattern, you get a much better effect if you knit 6 rows in between. And as you can see, it's hardly made any difference to the rosebud. The pattern still looks quite even all around with 6 rows instead of 4. So that is the 26-inch done for Rhiannon, and now I am about to start on the 24-inch. So that is the black cardigan. Well, it does look lovely. It took me 3 times as long to knit it because of the number of mistakes. I kept making mistakes because I couldn't see the stitches properly. And you had to have a perfect light, and even the neck light, I have a neck light. The batteries don't last very long, and after a while that light it's still shining, but it doesn't shine as far. Don't know if you can tell it here. Like. So when I had it, even when I was using it, when there was plenty life in, it looks like there's a lot of life in the battery, but I can tell by how they shine. You can see them shining on me. That's about as far as they go. When you first put them in, they shine a bit more down, but they still don't shine good enough on the black. Let's switch them off. So I kept making mistake after mistake, and I was having to keep frogging it, pulling it back to put the mistakes right. But I eventually got it finished, and I thought, thank goodness for that. And then I've got another one to knit. But I know I'm going to be a little bit more careful. If I do have any trouble with the not being sure I've made a mistake or not, this is much better. It shows up as you can see, there's a lot more light. I just hold it over the knitting and I have a good look everywhere, and I can see better if I've made a mistake or anything on it. So I will be at my granddaughter's tomorrow, and I was at bingo on Thursday, and as my friend said, you broke your duck. Where that saying came from, I do not know, but I won £20 on Thursday, because I haven't won for quite some time, and that's what my friend always says. If I haven't won for quite a while, when I do win, she always says you broke your duck. Like I'm saying, I haven't any idea where that saying comes from. It seems to be a saying that my friend says. I've never used it before, but my friend does. Could be the different areas that we live in where the saying comes from. So I'll be at my granddaughter's on Sunday, and then on Monday I will not get much knitting done again. I have a funeral to go to. Me and my granddaughter Cheryl, we are driving down to where my son lives, her father. He lives near Worksop in Yorkshire. and it is my other granddaughter. She's my step-granddaughter. She's my son's stepdaughter. Her boyfriend was killed in a car crash a little while ago, and it's his funeral me and Cheryl are going to on. Cheryl is driving. Cheryl's going down in Cheryl's car and she's going to drive down there. So it is quite a journey. And then there's all the time in the funeral and that, and then the time it'll take me to get back home again. But I am going to take some knitting with me, take my knitting bag, because Cheryl will be driving. At least I'll be able to sit and relax and do a little bit knitting while she's driving. So I'm glad she's driving, because I don't like driving the long distances like that. So I won't get much done on Monday, so you won't see anything of me on Monday, because we'll be leaving quite early and don't know what time I'm going to get back. But like I said to my granddaughter Cheryl, I says, we'll be the odd ones out, because it'll be me and her, and of course my son, her dad, and his ex-partner, who is my step-granddaughter's mother. They are not together anymore, so we feel like the odd ones out there, but never mind. But that'll be the 4th funeral I've been to in the few months, which is not very happy about. Anyway, I'm going to do what I can of this cardigan where we've got good light. The sun has actually came out and it's shining. It is 5 o'clock now. It is shining straight into my living room, which is making it a lot easier. I can actually see the stitches a lot better, because we've had very dark days the last few days. That was how I had so much trouble with the other black one. It was such a lot of dark days. I thought it was going to be like that today, but the fog did clear while I was out shopping. It had gone by the time I came home. And I think I've done the right number of rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, I was talking about this pattern. I'm going to alter the pattern for the 22 to 28. Anyone that has it, just follow it. It's not a mistake or anything like that. It's just something I think it's going to make it a little bit better for the raglan part, so that you get the rosebuds lining up with each other. Where I was knitting 4 rows in between each lot of rosebuds, I'm now going to knit 6, which makes it better. So I'm going to change the pattern, change the instructions so we can get those 6 rows is written on the pattern, because the pattern has 4 rows written. So for anyone that has it, if you want to try knitting with 6 rows in between, just alter that little thing in your pattern, because it has a number of rows that you do. But if you just put in 6 rows instead of 4, that's all it is anyway. So anyway, I'm going to doing knitting with that, and I haven't done much. I haven't done the blankets for that's about as far as I've got done. I think, I'm not sure whether it's 3 or 4 days. I haven't had time to do the 2 rows every day, so as soon as I get a chance, I'm going to try to catch up those rows on that one and the other one. This one seems to look, it's the same number of rows, but it seems to look a little bit longer because of the type of pattern it is. This pattern here seems to pull up a little bit. When you see them there, it is the blue one is a little bit longer. But there's no rush for these. These are just for the sell when I get them done, so it doesn't matter anyway. And the white one, show you. I've actually finished a sleeve. I just have one more sleeve to do, then the neck and the bands, and that one will be finished for Belinda. So that's it, the back, the 2 fronts and one of the sleeves. But sometimes I do this of a night time, these sort of things, the large things of a night time, but sometimes I have a lot of trouble keeping my eyes open of a night time. Depends what time I go to bed the night before and what time I get up the next morning. But anyway, that's it, what I have been doing at the moment. I don't think I've got anything else that I've been knitting except my own, but I haven't done any more on my own. So that's a little bit for today, a little bit extra. I've already had 2 videos up on my shopping channel. I seem to be putting more up on that channel than this channel actually at the moment. But anyway, thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll catch you all another time. So bye for now.